evening, moviegoers. We are the Movie Guys.
Locked and loaded once again to bring you up to date with everything that's in theaters with our patented touch of wise-assery.
It is February, so everyone is now focusing on the Oscars.
However, let's not forget there's a whole slew of new films that nobody can give a shit about.
Let's get to it.
Sanctum, the prequel to 2004's Damn Near Killed 'Em, is the story of 5 people who travel halfway around the world to die in the deepest cave on Earth.
You know, Adam, I'm surprised to find out that Sanctum is not a porn. I mean, it just sounds dirty. Sanctum. But even despite the title and the fact that the amazingly thin plot is little more than a bunch of guys plunging themselves into a deep, wet hole, and the fact that all the actors have names that sound vaguely like real actors you've heard of before, this is not a porn, unfortunately.
From James Cameron, who's apparently taking a break from making movies we'd like to see, this movie has almost as much blue as Avatar and about as much water as Titanic. Though the ads prominently feature the name of Celebrity LLC owner James Cameron, the movie is actually directed by Alistair Grierson, of whom it's been said, who's he and what's he done?
The Roommate also opens February 4th, and like all good movies about one pretty girl becoming obsessed with another pretty girl, it quickly devolves into 2 hot chicks trying to out-crazy each other. So sign me up.
This film reminds me of Single White Female. But then again, in Hollywood, if a film's only been made once before, it's still considered an original idea.
In horror movies, whether it's The Babysitter or The Temp or The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, there's one thing I've learned. Never trust anything that's on the other side of a definite article.
The story, inspired by its own poster, concerns college student Sarah, played by Minka Kelly, who fails to heed Shakespeare's famous warning, beware hot chicks with no friends, when she invites Megan?
Ashley.
Ashley?
That's Rebecca.
Rebecca. Played by Leighton Meester, into her dorm room. How do we know she's a loner? Because Sarah finds out she has only one friend on Facebook. Her. Yes, Facebook is a barometer for possible sociopathology.
Before Sarah can deny her third Farmville request, Rebecca is off whatever meds keep you from intimidating, threatening, and killing those closest to your roommate. And she's off on a spree that will have Sarah reconsidering how she splits up the gas bill for the rest of her life. The movie looks like a taut psychological thriller about obsession, friendship, and love that will have audiences asking, will they make out?
In Frankie and Alice, Halle Berry plays a woman with multiple personalities, one of which is a racist. No, it's actually not a comedy, but rather an attempt by Ms. Berry to prove to the movie world that you can show your tits and still get respect. Hey, it worked for Gerard Depardieu.
Inspired by a true story. I'm guessing the inspiration went a little like this. A writer saw some homeless black chick running naked through the streets and thought to himself, wouldn't it be great if that chick was hot like Halle Berry? The only real flaw of this movie is that the real world seldom lets hot chicks go unattended to the point that they're homeless.
Released for a single weekend last year so that it could be considered for an Oscar, Halle Berry hoped this would be her return to respectability after a career that we refer to in the Movie Guysopedia as a gooding.
A gooding refers to the career arc of any actor that's won an Oscar, and then proceeds to systematically ruin any goodwill or respectability that they've earned by their next series of career choices. Of course, we could have called this a Cage or Sorvino or even a Pesci, but gooding just seemed the most appropriate. After all, it has the word good right there in the name, and we all know it isn't.